I do believe my fight with Errol two will last 6 rounds. Manny Pacquiao and his team confident that Pacquiao could beat Errol Spence. They believe Errol Spence is too slow and he is not necessarily the same fighter post-accident. We're going to talk about that. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest. 8-weight class divisional champion Manny Pacquiao says that, quote, Errol Spence, he is too slow. That's what he said to the Business Mirror regarding a fight with Errol Spence. He says Spence is slower than Keith Thurman, but is going to be a good fight. Then you have Team Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao Promotions, Sean Gibbons, who says, quote, I think Errol Spence lost a step from the accident. It's a difficult fight, but I think, yes, Pacquiao will beat Spence, right? Pacquiao says, quote, Errol Spence and Conor McGregor are my options, but right now I want to experience fighting a MMA fighter. I will also donate a big portion of my income to Filipino COVID victims. Listen, let's see it. Sounds good. Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. We know that's a blockbuster fight. And recent comments show that he's going to fight probably Errol Spence or Conor McGregor, as they're saying. Pacquiao's 42 years old. He hasn't fought since 2019. So I think this is a good fight with Errol Spence particularly. He's the real boxer. Conor McGregor, that's more of a event spectacle, kind of like when Mayweather fought him. But the last fight Pacquiao fought was Keith Thurman. You know, good thing working for Pacquiao is he's a gym rat, stays in shape, and at this point of his career, you know, he has a lot of fights. He has 70 plus fights. So it sounds like Pacquiao will fight most likely McGregor or Errol Spence, right? Now, Pacquiao also signed to a management deal with Audi, who manages Conor McGregor, him and his company, Paradigm Sports. So it'll be interesting to see. He recently said, the manager, Audi, said that a fight with Pacquiao and Conor is inevitable. So hopefully they make the Errol Spence fight first, because I think that's more of the actual boxing fight. Conor McGregor is fighting Dustin Poirier, so that'll give him some time to rest. And I really like the fight before the Conor McGregor fight, because you look at it like this. If Pacquiao fights Errol Spence, even if he loses, you can still make the Conor McGregor fight. But if you lose to a Conor McGregor, if Pacquiao loses to Conor McGregor, then there's really no big value in an Errol Spence fight. It only works one way. Again, if the actual boxer, lifelong boxer, who's a beast, and you know, people seen him come off a great performance with Danny Garcia, is Errol Spence. So losing to him, if that happens, there's no shame in that. And you could still have an event with Conor McGregor. But if it works the other way around and Conor McGregor beats Pacquiao, or even if Pacquiao doesn't look phenomenal versus Conor McGregor, then there's really no big money fight. So I'm always going to be pro boxing over everything. So I just think the order of operations is better if he fights Errol first, get that out of the way. And if he were to beat Errol Spence, imagine the Conor McGregor fight after that. It just, any way you slice it, it's big business. But if he beats Errol Spence like they're saying, then it's really big business, because you can hang your career up on an Errol Spence victory if you're a 42-year-old Pacquiao. Now, as far as what they said, you know, like I always say, let's see it. Pacquiao's 42 years old. I don't think that's an easy fight. Errol Spence and Pacquiao are both southpaws, so there's just different things that you're going to have to be aware of, and the angles and stuff that Pacquiao gets off on orthodox fighters with. Errol Spence, maybe he can anticipate them or do better. Errol Spence probably last fought a southpaw. Chris Van Herdeen, I think, was the last southpaw he fought. So Pacquiao's obviously levels above that. and a Van Heerding. But either way, it's a good fight. It's a big fight. It's a monumental fight for boxing, and it's primed right now. Errol Spence just fought Danny Garcia, did great numbers in a pandemic with a crowd of 16,000, I think they said. So imagine Errol Spence and Pacquiao at AT&T Stadium. Hopefully this pandemic, we get past it this year to the point where people feel comfortable going out more and more, right? And I like it. Again, Pacquiao's team confident. I wouldn't expect anything else. They have a fighter with 70 plus fights. He's fought the big names. He fought Floyd, Mayweather. Easy work. I got to worry about it. He fought De La Hoya, all that. So, you know, of course they're going to be confident. But Errol Spence has called out Pacquiao for a while too. And he says Pacquiao lacks fundamentals. So all in all, it's a good fight. I would be anxious to see how the fight plays out. Pacquiao saying that Errol Spence ain't as fast as Keith Thurman. And Errol Spence has been on record in the past saying that Pacquiao lacks fundamentals. Then you factor in the accident. You know, it's just a lot of different variables. But all in all, Errol Spence showed that he's a top dog in the division. And he looked to be back, to me, versus Danny Garcia. He looked very sharp, and he beat Danny Garcia in a worse fashion. So I think Errol Spence, who's been calling for a Pacquiao fight for quite some time, I think he knows the implications of a fight like that. So ultimately, I think he would, honestly, try and train and be super disciplined for that, because he knows what life after beating Pacquiao would represent. Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, they went 12 rounds. If Errol Spence could stop Pacquiao, I mean, the sky's the limit for his career. But that's just conjecture. Let me know what you guys think. Also, order Conor McGregor's next fight, UFC 257. Using my link, you will see some information at the end of this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Pacquiao versus Spence, who wins? As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. A storm is coming. Conor McGregor, the rematch is here. Poirier versus McGregor 2, only on ESPN Plus. Use my link in the description. UFC 257. I'll see you at the fights.
Who the fuck is that guy?
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.